My friends, we stand here at the entrance to the Colonial Quarter. When we step inside, we are going to travel back in time and experience the life of a colonial child here in St. Augustine. Follow us. This is a typical home for a little girl or little boy who grew up in the 17th and 18th century. Does it look different than your home? I'll bet it does. This home does not have running water, electricity, or an indoor bathroom. There are no computers, no cell phones, no refrigerators, no televisions, and of course, no Wi-Fi. This is a typical home. One room where an entire family kept all of its possessions and slept. In warm weather, they ate outdoors and only ate inside when it was cold. And the women did all of the cooking outdoors. But a little girl or boy at this time would have felt right at home here.
If you and your family had come from Spain with Don Pedro Menendez de Avilés, you may have sailed on a ship like this. This ship is called a caravela redonda. It has 4 sails and is between 50 and 70 feet long. It uses a single rudder to steer it. When Christopher Columbus sailed west from Spain in 1492, 2 of his ships were caravels, which included his favorite, the Nina. The trip across the Atlantic Ocean was not an easy voyage to make. Space was very limited, and there were no beds except for bed sacks. Toilet facilities consisted of chamber pots. The voyage could last up to 2 months. Just imagine storms, waves over 12 feet high, and the endless rolling motion of the ship. After weeks at sea, land was sighted. Here on shore, there wasn't an established Spanish town, but rather an established Tomocuan Indian village. Now it is time to build a new life in this new place. Have you had a similar experience? Maybe you moved to a new city or a new state, or maybe your family came to the United States from another country. How different this nation must have seemed to you, and yet here you are in a new community that you now call home.
The blacksmith was an important person in St. Augustine. As St. Augustine did not have the natural resources to make iron and steel, the blacksmith had to rework old metal into nails, cooking utensils, tools, hooks, and chains. He was also the local locksmith. The blacksmith usually had a young apprentice who worked with him, learning the trade. That apprentice was usually in charge of the bellows, ensuring that the coals were kept red hot. Boys usually started their apprenticeship at the age of 8, and it lasted until age 14.
I doubt any of you have a watchtower like this in your community unless you live in a state park. A watchtower like this was common in early colonial St. Augustine. A constant watch was kept to ensure the safety and security of this small community. If an enemy was sighted, an alert would go out to warn the townspeople of the impending danger. After the Castillo de San Marcos was built, a bell was hung in the northeast bastion, which, when rung, signaled to the townspeople to run to the Castillo as fast as possible. The watchtower was very important to the security of this tiny Spanish town. Many of these experiences may seem strange to you, yet some experiences may be quite similar. The love of family, traveling to new places, learning to fit in, and having a parent work from home are things that kids hundreds of years ago experienced too. New experiences and comparing them to the past is what makes us one with each other, one with our personal history and one with the history of our nation. Shared experiences create shared understanding.